Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. We're diving into the life of Donald Trump with a simple and easy-to-follow biography, perfect for improving your English listening skills. Sit back, relax, and let's get started. Donald John Trump was born on June 14, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He was the fourth of 5 children born to Fred Trump, a successful real estate developer, and Mary Ann McLeod Trump. Growing up in a wealthy family, young Donald was exposed to the world of real estate and business from an early age. Trump attended the New York Military Academy, where he excelled in both academics and athletics. After graduating in 1964, he went on to study at Fordham University for 2 years before transferring to the Wharton School of Finance and Commerce at the University of Pennsylvania. In 1968, he graduated with a bachelor's degree in economics. Following his graduation, Trump joined his father's real estate company, Elizabeth Trump and Son. He quickly became involved in large-scale projects, renovating and managing apartment complexes in New York City's outer boroughs. In 1971, he moved to Manhattan and began focusing on more ambitious real estate ventures. One of Trump's first major projects was the renovation of the Grand Hyatt Hotel in 1976. This success led to more high-profile developments, including the iconic Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, which was completed in 1983. The 58-story skyscraper became a symbol of Trump's growing empire and his lavish lifestyle. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Trump expanded his business interests beyond real estate. He acquired the New Jersey Generals, a team in the United States Football League, and purchased several casinos in Atlantic City. He also ventured into the airline industry with the short-lived Trump Shuttle. Trump's business dealings were not without controversy. His aggressive expansion and use of debt led to financial difficulties in the early 1990s. Several of his businesses, including his casinos, filed for bankruptcy. However, Trump managed to restructure his debt and rebuild his brand, often through licensing deals that allowed others to use his name on their properties. In addition to his business pursuits, Trump became a public figure known for his flamboyant personality and media appearances. He authored several books, including The Art of the Deal in 1987, which became a bestseller. Trump also hosted the reality television show The Apprentice from 2004 to 2015, further cementing his status as a household name. Trump's foray into politics began long before his successful presidential run. He considered running for president in 1988, 2000 and 2012, but ultimately decided against it. He was known for his political donations to both Republican and Democratic candidates over the years. In June 2015, Trump announced his candidacy for the 2016 presidential election as a Republican. His campaign was marked by controversial statements, unconventional tactics, and a populist message that resonated with many voters. Despite being widely underestimated by political analysts and media pundits, Trump secured the Republican nomination and went on to defeat Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton in a shocking upset. Trump's presidency, which began on January 20, 2017, was characterized by significant policy changes and a polarizing leadership style. He implemented tax cuts, renegotiated trade deals, and appointed 3 Supreme Court justices. His administration also faced numerous challenges, including investigations into Russian interference in the 2016 election, 2 impeachment trials, and the global COVID-19 pandemic. During his time in office, Trump pursued an America First agenda, which included stricter immigration policies, withdrawal from international agreements such as the Paris Climate Accord, and attempts to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act. His use of social media, particularly Twitter, to communicate directly with the public and criticize opponents, was unprecedented for a sitting president. Trump's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic became a central issue in the 2020 presidential election. His administration's response was criticized for downplaying the severity of the virus and for conflicts with public health experts. The pandemic also led to a severe economic downturn, which became another key campaign issue. In the 2020 election, Trump faced off against Democratic nominee Joe Biden. The election saw record-breaking voter turnout and a significant increase in mail-in voting due to the pandemic. Biden was declared the winner, but Trump and many of his supporters disputed the results, claiming widespread voter fraud without substantial evidence. Trump's refusal to concede the election and his continued assertions of a stolen election culminated in the events of January 6, 2021. On that day, a mob of Trump supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol in an attempt to disrupt the certification of Biden's electoral victory. The insurrection led to multiple deaths and injuries and resulted in Trump's second impeachment by the House of Representatives, making him the first president in U.S. history to be impeached twice. After leaving office on January 20, 2021, Trump remained a significant figure in Republican politics. He continued to hold rallies, endorse candidates, and hint at a potential run for president in 2024. His post-presidency has been marked by ongoing legal challenges, including investigations into his business practices and his role in the January 6 insurrection. Trump's impact on American politics and culture has been profound and lasting. He reshaped the Republican Party, energized a base of supporters who felt neglected by traditional politicians, and ushered in a new era of populist politics. His presidency challenged many long-standing norms and institutions, leading to intense debates about the nature of American democracy. Critics argue that Trump's rhetoric and policies exacerbated racial and political divisions within the country, undermined democratic institutions, and damaged America's standing on the global stage. Supporters, on the other hand, praise him for his economic policies, conservative judicial appointments, and willingness to challenge the political establishment. Trump's business career has also left a significant mark. The Trump Organization, which he passed on to his adult children upon becoming president, continues to operate numerous properties and licensing deals worldwide. However, the company has faced increased scrutiny and legal challenges in recent years, including a criminal indictment of the organization and its longtime CFO in 2021. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us bring you more great content. And hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Back to the story. Throughout his life, Trump has been a polarizing figure in his personal relationships as well. He has been married 3 times, to Ivana Trump from 1977 to 1992, with whom he had 3 children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. To Marla Maples from 1993 to 1999, with whom he had 1 daughter, Tiffany, and to Melania Trump since 2005, with whom he has 1 son, Barron. Trump's relationships with his children, particularly his eldest 3, have been closely intertwined with his business and political careers. Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric have all held executive positions within the Trump Organization and played active roles in their father's political campaigns and administration. The media has always played a crucial role in Trump's public persona. From his early days as a New York real estate developer to his presidency and beyond, Trump has demonstrated a keen understanding of how to leverage media attention to his advantage. His confrontational relationship with the press, which he often labeled as fake news, became a defining feature of his political career. Trump's use of social media, particularly Twitter, revolutionized political communication. His unfiltered, often controversial tweets bypassed traditional media channels and allowed him to speak directly to his base. This approach influenced how politicians and public figures interact with their audiences in the digital age. The long-term impact of Trump's presidency on American politics and society is still being debated and analyzed. His tenure saw a significant shift in the Republican Party's platform and base, with increased emphasis on populist and nationalist themes. The Democratic Party, in response, has grappled with how to counter Trump's appeal while addressing the concerns of voters who felt drawn to his message. Internationally, Trump's America First foreign policy led to significant changes in U.S. relationships with allies and adversaries alike. His approach to trade, particularly with China, his skepticism of international organizations and agreements, and his unconventional diplomacy with North Korea all left lasting impacts on global geopolitics. The judicial legacy of Trump's presidency is particularly significant. In addition to his 3 Supreme Court appointments, he nominated and saw confirmed a record number of federal judges, reshaping the judiciary for decades to come. This has had and will continue to have profound implications for legal interpretations on issues ranging from abortion rights to environmental regulations. Trump's influence on political discourse and public debate has been equally profound. His willingness to break with traditional norms of political behavior and rhetoric has altered expectations for how political leaders communicate and conduct themselves. This has sparked ongoing discussions about civility in politics, the role of truth in public discourse, and the resilience of democratic institutions. The economic policies of the Trump administration, including tax cuts and deregulation, have had lasting effects on the U.S. economy. While supporters credit these policies with strong pre-pandemic economic growth and low unemployment, critics argue that they exacerbated income inequality and added significantly to the national debt. Trump's approach to immigration, including his efforts to build a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border and implement travel bans from several predominantly Muslim countries, reshaped the national conversation on immigration and border security. These policies have had long-lasting impacts on immigrant communities and continue to influence debates on immigration reform. The Trump era also saw a significant shift in the landscape of American media and information consumption. The rise of alternative media sources and the increasing polarization of news outlets have contributed to a more fragmented information ecosystem, with implications for public discourse and political polarization. Trump's presidency coincided with, and in many ways amplified, a period of intense cultural and social change in the United States. Movements such as Black Lives Matter and Me Too gained prominence during this time, often in direct response to Trump's rhetoric and policies. These movements have had a lasting impact on discussions about race, gender, and equality in American society. The COVID-19 pandemic, which defined the final year of Trump's presidency, has had far-reaching consequences that will continue to shape American society and politics for years to come. The debates over public health measures, economic relief, and the role of government in crisis response that emerged during this time continue to influence policy discussions. As we look to the future, the impact of Donald Trump on American politics and society remains a subject of intense debate and study. His unconventional path from business tycoon to reality TV star to President of the United States has left an indelible mark on the nation's history. Whether viewed as a disruptive force for change or a threat to democratic norms, Trump's influence on the political landscape is undeniable. The story of Donald Trump is far from over. as he continues to wield significant influence within the Republican Party and maintains a large and devoted base of supporters. His actions and statements continue to shape political discourse. The ongoing legal challenges he faces, including investigations into his business practices and his role in the events of January 6, 2021, ensure that he will remain a central figure in American public life for the foreseeable future. Understanding the complex and often controversial figure of Donald Trump requires examining not just his actions and policies, but also the broader social, economic, and political context in which he rose to prominence. His presidency has prompted a national reckoning with fundamental questions about the nature of leadership, the resilience of democratic institutions, and the future direction of the United States. As we continue to grapple with the legacy of the Trump era, it is clear that its effects will be felt for generations to come. The changes in political norms, the reshaping of party allegiances, the transformation of media landscapes, and the heightened awareness of deep-seated social issues all form part of this complex legacy. For supporters and critics alike, Donald Trump represents a pivotal figure in American history, one who has left an unmistakable imprint on the nation's political, social, and cultural fabric. As we move forward, the lessons and consequences of the Trump era will undoubtedly continue to shape the course of American democracy and its place in the world. If you want to delve deeper into the complex legacy of Donald Trump and its impact on American politics, explore reputable sources and engage in thoughtful discussions to form your own informed perspective on this pivotal figure in US history. That's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.